Ladies and gentlemen, the battle you have all been waiting for, the 1 versus 4. The Praetorian Guards stand ready to fight the never-ending onslaught of axemen coming at them. What's going on, guys? Rapid Plays here, and I hope you guys are ready for this battle. This is looking insane. Look at the amount of men deployed on this battlefield. I think it's like right around 11 to 12,000 men are on this battlefield. So if you guys are looking forward to this video and want to see more in the future, let me know in the comment section down below. Hit that like and subscribe button. And first things first, we're going to be going to slow motion because a crucial win happens right off the bat for the Axemen. The Praetorians, noticing that they're going to be outflanked if they stay here any longer, have to reform, right? So they immediately go into a reform here. They're like, listen, if we wait any longer, this is going to be disastrous for us, which it would be. If they were to wait here, they'd get outflanked, and that is that for this unit. So what are they going to do? They're going to quickly reform. But the second that they go to reform, the enemies throw javelins and pick up a massive amount of kills. 23 kills to be exact on this Praetorian unit, and they have not even engaged in melee yet. And seeing this, the Roman general starts to sprint. I think he turns around here any second, and he starts to sprint over here to this flank to reinforce. As you can see, there it is. The arrow has been shown, and they are going to sprint over here to try and reinforce this crumbling right flank. The Praetorian Guard's already down to 95 men, and they're facing fully healthy units of axemen. But across the front, you can see it. Roman Pila and Barbarian javelins exchanging as they run into each other here. Look at this, Roman Pila ripping apart axemen units. This unit drops down to 114 men, 6 kills before they even get into the fight here. Ooh, look at that, 10 kills on that Praetorian Guard unit. This is going to be a scrappy one, and look at the amount of men coming straight into the middle here. It looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 units pushing the middle as reinforcements to the already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units that are already there. That is over 20 units engaged in the middle conflict. Over here, you are seeing 3 units of axemen stack each other to try and kill this 1 unit of Praetorian Guard. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be down to the wire. And as you can see, the first unit of axemen are breaking, getting absolutely devoured by this unit of Praetorian Guard, only losing 1 man so far in the fight. These guys are holding their own. Ooh, this is going to be a little bit framey here, but I'm going to go in this speed for just a little bit here to let the battle fully develop a little bit more before I go further in slow-mo. But as you guys can see, this right flank is crumbling. This Praetorian Guardian is down to 87, but they are hurting on these axemen unit. This one down to 106, this one down to 91. The melee fight ensues over here. If the axemen can break through this flank before the general gets here, they're going to have an open flank over here to flank behind these Praetorians, and that is going to spell disaster for many of those men. We're going to go back into slow motion here because things are going to get a little bit spicy. Over here on the left flank, this Praetorian unit, still very healthy at 118, is beating down this unit of axemen. As per usual, this is nothing crazy or out of the ordinary. 1 unit of axemen is already shattered, but that is okay. They're not worried about 1 unit because look at the amount of banners here flying for the axemen, and we are starting to see it. The line of Praetorians is holding, but for how long can they realistically hold here? This unit is doing everything they can to hold over here. You're seeing mounds of dead axemen starting to form in front of these shield walls, but they stand firm. The general is even committing over here on the right. Now, if the Praetorians can get their general kills on the enemies, it is going to make winning this battle a million times easier. These noble spearmen are pushing up on the right, kind of like the right flank general. We have kind of the in rear command here general. We have another general in combat currently up front, and we have the left command general charging in right now to reinforce his men on the left flank and to try to smash through some of these Praetorian Guard units. Ooh, baby, look at this fight here in the middle. If this isn't absolutely crazy, I don't know what is. This is just almost absurdity at this point. I mean, look at this. These men are pushing with every single piece of might right now. Look at that. Another man goes down. Axemen being pushed back, and the Praetorians not giving up any ground. They're even pushing them back. Now you are starting to see it. The rout is starting to happen. These axemen, tired of losing men, have started to fall back to regroup and kind of digest what just happened. But will the Praetorians sit in their shield wall, or will they end up chasing some of these units? And ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you with full 100% honesty that the Romans are no one to sit back and wait. They are charging these men down. They are breaking their shield wall line and are charging out of their lines to go and meet the enemy in open field combat. They do not care. They are going to kill every last one of these enemies. And as you can tell, the general has also arrived here on the right. And look how much of these men over here have fallen back. And these guys are now returning the fire that was exchanged into their friends earlier. They are ripping Pila into the side of these units here. And you are starting to see axemen drop the Roman Pila yet again. And this evocity, we'll just call him cohort. This cohort general has finally arrived. He is ready to go and throw his Roman Pila into the sides. But as you can see, the enemies have spotted him, and they know that this is the weak point of this Praetorian army is the general. So if they can wipe out the general, it is going to make their lives much, much, much easier. And look at this. The Roman left flank is being victorious. The amount of dead axemen here lay claim to that. And look at this. They are charging hard at these men. The right flank is crumbling for the axemen. They are in complete and utter disarray. They expected these Praetorians to hold that line, and they are coming out of their shield wall and charging. Over here, this unit that is still stuck in melee is now starting to break back these noble spearmen general unit here. This unit is down to 88, and they are still pushing hard. They even have another unit that has returned. This axeman unit is going to be pushing them from the side, getting a javelin throw in their side, but they are going to keep that fight up over there. Now in the middle, the juiciest part of the battle, the part that we talked about where there was over 20 units committed, is starting to look like it is shaping up well for these axemen. Look at how thin this line is right now. When we looked earlier, the Praetorians were 3 deep, and now they're down to 2 deep, in many places down to 1 deep. This Praetorian guard unit is down to 76 men here. This one's down to 91. This one is down to 101. So men are starting to lose lives. And where the highest concentration is, this unit is down to 88, but the Praetorians hold firm. Over here, the general is set up, and as you can tell, he is going to go to work with some Pila in the back of these axemen, doing exactly what they needed that general to do in order to win this battle. These axemen are extremely overwhelming, but with the help of the general support here, as you can see, it is happening. The axemen are crumbling. So usually I would try to avoid using this general, but they have 4 generals. Our general here is even, I'm pretty sure it costs less than all of their generals. So I'm pretty sure their generals were like 870 gold, and these guys were right around 850. So even then, these guys, they cost less. So I'm going to be using them in this 4v1 scenario here. If you guys want to see me redo this and not use the general, just also let me know. For future reference, if you guys don't want to see me use the general at all, let the AI use their general, I won't use mine, also works. But anyways, back to the battle. As you can see here, the general stands firm. His men have broken both flanks. The right flank is now exposed, and flanking can start to occur. Units are starting to shatter for the axemen, and lines are starting to falter. The right flank is completely done, and the enemy general of the right flank has been killed. This unit is shattered, and these Praetorian guard stand as victors over his dead corpse in this big fight here. And now they're going to start to do it like a tidal wave. They're going to swing down over here and start to help free up some of their other men that are in 3 versus 1 engagements. This unit is down to 82. So yes, they have lost 38 men, but they are still looking extremely promising. Over here, there's a lot of work left to be done, but it is a good start. The right flank has been won by the Praetorians, and they're starting to be able to collapse down to help some of their friends who are outflanked and outmatched right now. Let's look back in the middle where we were seeing units starting to become, as you can see here, in one singular file line here. This unit is down to 65. The Axemen have a chance of breaking through right here, and if they break through right here, this would be disastrous for these Praetorian guards, as what is this, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 units would be able to pour through this gap and flank these Praetorians. Over here, this unit's down to 80, this one's down to 86, where the even more of the bulk of the army is happening, and they're trying to push through. So it is going very, very well on the flanks for the Praetorians, and it is going just as planned for the Axemen in the center, but it is going to be who breaks first. And ladies and gentlemen, you are starting to see it. The Axemen are starting to shatter. They're wavering, breaking, and shattering. Generals are falling, which is leading to morale problems for those select armies. And as you can see here, where they try to retreat, there is the cohort general waiting for them, and they are being cut down as they are trying to retreat. This general sees it happening, and he is waiting for them right outside of their retreat point, and he is cutting down many of them as they try to escape. Getting in the battle, flipping men over shields. It is going well for the Romans at the moment. The flanks are secure, but the middle is starting to falter just a little bit. Morale is high in the middle. They're still eager. Men are eager, seeing that enemies are routing. They're confident. They're currently losing their current combat, and they know it. The unit is losing decisively, but look at that. They just broke 2 more units of Axemen. This battle is coming down to the wire. If you look at the balance of power, it is still so in favor of the Axemen here. It is absolutely absurd. Let's go into just normal play here. The men are pushing hard on the right, the right flank here, and they are collapsing down. 5 whole units have been freed up, and they are going to be swinging down like a tidal wave here, lined up in a line right here, and pushing hard downhill as they can here. Well, actually, this is kind of uphill. But anyways, you know what I mean. As you can see, lined up here, and they're going to swing like a door, like a closing door, and close off the escape for these units here, which is going to free up even more units. And now it is starting to look more dire for the Axemen. They need to break through the center, and look at this. They know it. They're committing everything right here. This Praetorian Guard is down to 62 men, and yet they hold. These men are fighting to the death here in the middle. They know what they're fighting for. If they lose this fight, their brethren are going to suffer for it in the long run. And look over here. Guys, this flank is all but wrapped up. The right flank is victorious for the Praetorians. The left flank is victorious for the Praetorians. And now you're starting to see the effects of being outflanked. The Praetorians are going to start to charge like a door, swinging down to entrap these men. They notice it coming, and they're starting to send some of their other men out to face the reinforcements. But is it going to be enough? Who knows? Over here, the general is starting to come downhill hard for the Romans. This cohort is sweeping down. He looks like he's going to try to come around here and form up with some of the men. Keep that line formation going and keep swinging downhill to try to surround some of these men up here in the bigger blob, because this bigger blob is starting to hurt a little bit. And ooh, there was a really good javelin throw from that Axeman unit into this Praetorian Guard. Look at this poor guy. 2 in the head, 1 in the throat. He is definitely dead. And the Axemen charge in to face this Praetorian unit. Guys, this Praetorian unit has taken a beating. Not only did it take in the back javelin throw over here, losing a bunch of its men off the start, but it had to defend against this. And look at the amount of Axemen bodies that they piled up. it is going to come down to the wire. Look at this. The balance of power is still so strongly in favor of the Axemen, but look at the amount of men that are wavering right now. They have men returning, but is it going to be enough? They are just steady morale. They're not even like active, or not active, but eager or confident. Nothing. They are steady. And as these men try to retreat, they are running into Praetorians. As they try to reform, they run into more Praetorians. And as they're running away, they turn their backs to Pila coming into the sky. It is going horribly for these Axemen. The middle is starting to collapse. And ladies and gentlemen, the balance of power is coming roaring and tied for the Praetorians. The Praetorians are looking like they're going to be victors more and more and more. This unit is trying to relieve their friend here, who's down to 40 men. They're steady now. Their morale is starting to break. That is going to be down to the wire for this middle. Will the relief get here in time? And ladies and gentlemen, the relief get here in time. The Praetorians win the 1 versus 4. Outnumbered 4-1, the Praetorians pull off the upset of the century. Wow. If you guys did enjoy this video and want to see more in the future, let me know in the comment section down below. Hit that like and subscribe button. And of course, I will see you guys on next time. Peace.